one of the big question marks for the next era of the show was, will there be a brand new composer? Will Segun Akinola, who has been the composer of Doctor Who since Chris Chibnall took over back in 2018 for the 13th Doctor's era, so Segun Akinola has been the constant throughout the era, and would he stick around for Russell T Davies too? Kind of like Murray Gold did for Russell T Davies and then Stephen Moffat again. And we got this cover of Doctor Who magazine, the latest issue, which, by the way, looks absolutely beautiful. So close you can feel their fire, the Daleks Invasion Earth 2150 AD. That's a beautiful cover. That's beautiful. I'm so glad that they also uploaded a textless version of this as well. This is awesome. But in the top left, you get this little tease here. Segun Akinola reaching a crescendo. And then about a day or two after this cover dropped, but before the magazine itself got released, Segun Akinola took to his social media, his Twitter, to announce this. We've got a photo of the scores for the Centenary Special with a bunch of autographs and signatures all on the front of it from Segun Akinola Orchestra, Alec Roberts. And it says the caption, 3 series, 1 Doctor, 4 companions. The last few years on #Doctor Who have been an amazing experience. I'd planned to stay for as long as Chris and Jodie were staying, so the next episode will be my final one. There are too many people to thank, but here are a few. Chris, Matt, Nikki, Cerez, Howard, Harry, Jodie, Daryl, the Chamber Orchestra of London, Alec Roberts, Goetz, I'm sorry for butchering the name, Goetz, Boats and Hard, Olga Fitzroy, I could go on. To the fans, thank you for welcoming me so warmly. I've always been so grateful for that. Can't wait to see where the story goes next. So, Segun Akinola, I remember the day, back in Mad Day, when I first announced that, or I reported on the news at least, that he was going to be the brand new composer, and we had like his SoundCloud link, and we were able to look over his documentary nature scores, and I knew back then that he was going to be something special, and I honestly think that over the past 5 years, he's delivered some spectacular music for the programme, and I am a little bit sad that he is going to be leaving. I think it would have been terrific to see what he did with a new Doctor, but of course respect his decision to stay for as long as Chris Chibnall and Jodie Whittaker were, and the Centenary Special will be his final score. I assume that they're going to release the Series 13 Flux score along with the specials if they do get a release. Bear in mind, we still don't have a Series 10 score. So yeah, now it's just a case of who's going to be replacing Segun. But I don't want to mainly just talk about the future of the show. I kind of mainly want to use this segment to reflect on Segun Akinola. And I think he's one of those composers, or one of the aspects of the current era, which are severely underrated. I think that as time goes on, we're going to look back incredibly fondly on the work that he did. Obviously, when he takes over from someone like Murray Gold, from like a 12 to 13 stint on the programme, he's stepping into a massive shadow. And with a very different approach, where, you know, you've got Murray Gold doing I'm the Doctor or Am I a Good Man every 30 minutes, whereas Segun Akinola was much more about ambience. But I think that people discredit Segun Akinola when they just see him as the ambience guy, because honestly, he's incredibly good at strong melodies as well. Harry, Me and My Mates intensifies. Yes, you're on track. Yeah, Me and My Mates is genuinely one of the best pieces of TV music I've heard in the past 10 years. It is up there, genuinely, with tracks like I'm the Doctor, with tracks like Westminster Bridge. It is a brilliant theme, and I love it. It's like a 6 or 7 minute journey. I adore it. I also think that his 13 theme is great, along with its James Bond type arrangement in Spyfall. Tracks like Praxeus, like The Future Is Mine, like Quicksilver from The Haunting of Lydia Darty. I love it. One thing that really allowed me to appreciate Segun Akinola's work was when I was doing my Series 12 ranking from worst to best. And what I loved, one of my favourite parts about doing the ranking videos is doing the little edited interludes before them. It's genuinely like one of my favourite parts of editing them. 1 second.
The name's Doctor. The Doctor.
pauses before content ID claim. But yeah, doing this video, this Series 12 ranking video, where I went through like almost the entire Series 12 soundtrack and listened to it in order to find tracks for these interludes, really made me appreciate the work that he does. Praxeus. That's such a mood. Yeah, and ever since I've made that video and gone through the process of going through his body of work, or like Series 12 at least, I've really appreciated, like, not just his ambience, but his bombast and his melodies. There is a reason why most of my videos for this era do end with me and my mates building in the background. Yeah, I really dug it. And I think that as time goes on, and when we actually like listen to his scores in isolation, that will start. We won't really know what we've missed. How you watch your own live stream on stream. I can give it a go. I'll react to it. But yeah, like from Haunting of Via Diodati, I think this track's called Quicksilver. Oh no, this is the master. This is the Sidemen theme, isn't it? Yeah, really cool. 1 second, let's try and find it real quick. Doctor Who Quicksilver. It's a terrific track. Oh, here we go. And how it adds in the Cyberman theme as well. I love it. Yeah, his themes for the Cybermen, the Master, the Daleks, on point. It's so good. Yeah, I think that his music has really added so much like atmosphere to the show, and is really, even though I think dramatically and narratively it's been trying to punch way above its station, Chris Chibnall has tried to make the show resemble something more akin to an ITV drama, and I think musically Segun Akinola was up to the challenge and then some. I think that his music is severely underrated within the era, and I really look forward to knowing what he delivers for the centenary. Whether or not he does maybe pay out some long-running character themes for characters like Tegan and Ace, and if the Dalek and Master theme returns. I'm genuinely excited about all this stuff for the centenary on a creative, on a production capacity, I should say. So who is going to take over from Segun? It's obviously too early to say right now, but I don't want it to be Murray Gold. Like, Murray Gold, love his work, but Murray Gold composed like 200 tracks over 12 to 13 years for 4 Doctors, 5 if you count the War Doctor, for 2 showrunners, for 10 seasons, and all those Christmas specials and all those holiday specials. Murray Gold is terrific, but I don't think he has anything more to prove. Now, that's different from me saying I don't think he has anything left to give. Obviously, only Murray Gold really knows that, but I don't think he has anything else left to prove. I think that I want the show to be looking forward, okay? I don't want to, not upward, forward, not backward, but always twirling towards freedom. That's what I want for the future of Doctor Who. I think it's already a little bit regressive to be having like Rusty Davis, Catherine Tate, David Tennant, and Phil Collins, and Julie Gardner as well. I also don't want them to be bringing in Murray Gold. We know that the editor of the 60th anniversary specials is the same editor who did Heaven Sent and Hell Bent, and some of the best stories of the Stephen Moffat era, and also edited stories like Utopia and 42. Andrew, so Murray Gold can't grow as a musician. That's not what I'm saying. I just don't think he has any more to prove. Like, I think that I would honestly rather that a new creative voice comes in than Murray Gold feels obligated to come back because he always works with Russell T Davies. William Oswald, thank you. So we know that William Oswald is coming back to be the editor of the 60th anniversary specials. I just don't want this to be Doctor Who The Greatest Hits. Doctor Who should be looking forward. There's the 60th anniversary, so maybe you can make an exception for it, but I really do hope that the future of the show with Ncuti Gatwa for Series 14 onwards is paving like new paths, that it's not just following what's come before. That's my concern. Murray Gold's music, it's not going anywhere. It's still there. It's still, they haven't edited it out. It's not like Marco Polo, where that music has been lost to time, has been lost forever. So, he's got that legacy firmly cemented. I just want I want something different.